Good evening. It's 6 o'clock, and I will open tonight's public forum. We're meeting on a Tuesday instead of a Monday. Margot is grabbing the list. The clerk's grabbing the list. If there's anyone who'd like to put their name on it before it comes up here, please do so. Otherwise, we will go down the list. As a reminder, when you come up, please state your name and your address. First on the list is Mark Hannon. Yes, and you'll have 3 minutes. Sorry, you'll have 3 minutes.
Good evening, members of the council. I'm Mark Hannon. I live at 35 Blakeman Place here in Stratford. I am here representing Arts Alliance of Stratford, of which I am the president. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization here in Stratford, and we partner with Sterling House Community Center. I am here to tell you that we are seeking artists for an art show titled Strength in Colors. Our differences make us stronger. This unique event celebrates diversity and unity through art. The theme inspires artists to create work that brings diverse people together and shows our common bonds. The show will run from Monday, September 16 to Saturday, October 19 in our Sterling House Community Center Gallery. The opening reception will be on Friday, September 20 from 6 to 8 p.m. We are requesting that the council members share this opportunity to submit artwork for the show with their constituents. The call for artists is also on our Facebook and Instagram pages, so it can be shared. I'm submitting copies of our call to artists flyer and my business card for each council member.
Thank you, Mr. Hannon. Next on the list, Jessica Snyder.
Hi, I'm Jessica Snyder, 384 Laughlin Road. I'm here just to say that Charlton Street has always been a busy street. A main walkway for children going to school, people walking dogs, and for parents pushing strollers to the park. It's especially busy after school with high school students going to practice at the fields, people driving home from work. What was once a tolerable situation has become a very dangerous situation due to the increasing disregard for the one stop sign on Allendale and Charlton, the speed that cars sometimes race towards the park, and the off-road dirt bikes and ATVs that are often ridden by people wearing full ski masks doing wheelies down the entire street. By my count, there's 20 school-aged children among the houses that I can see from my yard. They play outside and walk to school just as my children did years ago. The families are trying to enjoy time outside as much as possible, but it's become very hard to do lately with the noise that comes from the dirt bikes and the ATVs, as well as the cars with mufflers with names like Aggressive Muffler, Widowmaker Muffler, and Performance Muffler. According to Real Truck, these mufflers are the loudest and offer a significant exterior sound. While many mufflers in this category are street legal, they're also considered racing level mufflers. My neighbors and I met this weekend to discuss our concerns and our fears for the safety of our children and for the quality of life that we would like to regain. We need your help. We would like to suggest the following ways to improve safety and quality of life in our section of Paradise Green, which is possibly the busiest section of the neighborhood. Speed bumps or humps along Charlton Street to slow the roll of traffic and deter off-road vehicles from using the street. Other municipalities with similar neighborhoods and population densities like East Haven and Westport have done this, along with the installation of signs that state that they care about the residents of that neighborhood, so please drive slowly. Additional stop signs along Charlton Street to break the momentum of the cars that rev their engines and race from the one stop sign to the park. One stop sign has never been sufficient, but now it's imperative. Bring awareness of after-school problem to the athletic director, and make an appeal to the students to respect the neighborhood in which they play and practice, and bring awareness to the recreation department to include a clause in the rental agreement of the park and field to adhere to parking regulations and to drive as if this was their neighborhood as well. And finally, additional police presence and additional drive-throughs on the way to and from the police station. My family has honestly discussed moving over this issue to a neighborhood with a quiet environment, free from the problems that we're facing, and other neighbors mentioned this as well. So we're asking you to please help us make it safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the list is Colleen Hargrove.
Colleen Hargrove, 1317 South Ave, Stratford. Mayor Hoydick and members of the Stratford Town Council, the members of Stratford, Connecticut Pride, Love is Love, are asking for your support to celebrate Pride and recognize Stratford's LGBTQIA+ community this month and year-round with a Pride crosswalk in town. Stratford, Connecticut Pride was founded in June 2019 to recognize the 50th anniversary of Stonewall as part of the larger Stonewall 50 World Pride New York City 2019 movement. That year, under Mayor Hoydick's leadership and through the advocacy of founder-member Josh Bovolacco, support by his family and especially his father, Jim, Stratford hoisted the very first Pride flag at Town Hall. That tradition was continued and extended to also include testimonials from young adults at both public high schools in our community who identify as part of the LGBTQI community. This year, 5 years after the first flag raising on 6/26/19, we are requesting a new initiative to continue to celebrate and recognize the LGBTQIA+ people, a traditionally marginalized population around the world. In 2022, Love is Love, Stratford, Connecticut was founded by me, Colleen Hargrove, a resident and member of the LGBTQI+ community. I live in town with my wife and children. We are raising our granddaughter who attends Stratford Public Schools. I'm a recent graduate of Parent C program and an appointed member of the Stratford Fair Housing Commission. My organization, Love is Love, Stratford, Connecticut, organized the town's first ever public pride event at our local farmers market at Paradise Green in June 2022. Today, with one voice, members of the Facebook group, Stratford, Connecticut Pride, Love is Love, are asking you to support one Pride crosswalk in Stratford, an initiative being implemented in towns and cities across our state and country. We understand some roads are state managed and might require more red tape, so we suggest a Stratford managed road to help expedite the process. We request the location to be prominent and visible. Some suggested locations are near Town Hall, the Paradise Green area, Longbrook Park, Seawall, Army Engineer Plant, to Lordship, Short Beach, downtown, near the Stratford Library, Baldwin Center, Perry House, or near Two Roads, somewhere near Shakespeare Park or Booth Memorial Park. These are only suggestions, but we hope that the best possible location will be selected quickly to get this project completed.
Thank you, and thank you for submitting your statement in writing as well. Thank you. Next on the list, Maxwell Doolin.
My name is Maxwell Doolin. I live at 43 Vernon Street, and I rise today in support of the call for a public display of year-round pride in the town of Stratford. I believe we can show all of our neighbors, especially the most vulnerable, that we embrace one another for who we are, especially for young people who may feel alone and hopeless as they come to discover who they are and what the future holds for them. Well, I was born and raised in Stratford. I moved away as a teenager and ended up in a place where I didn't always feel accepted. If I had known that I wasn't alone, that there was hope for me and people in this world who saw and embraced me for who I am and what I believed in, that there was a safe haven, it would have saved my life. And thankfully it did. I moved back to Stratford after I graduated at the age of 17. The day I came home, June 26, 2019, I remember as I was in the car passing down Main Street, I saw that flag proudly flying high at our seat of government. That day was the first day the flag was ever flown at Town Hall. I remember feeling so seen and felt the promise that as a community there was more that unites us than brings us apart. I felt no fear beginning a new life here. I knew that I could build a future here in Stratford, and I did. During COVID, I became the full-time caregiver for my grandmother, and although she recently unexpectedly passed away, the years that we spent together here in Stratford have made me the man I am today, and I know she couldn't be more proud. In my spare time, I got involved in my community. I joined my party's town committee and discovered a passion for speaking out, connecting with my fellow citizens, and never underestimating the power of using my voice. I knew that for the rest of my life, I would never want to live anywhere else. I found a home here, a hope, an identity, and a future, and will forever be grateful. I now ask that we work as a community to come together as members of the LGBTQ community and as allies to embrace one another for who we are and to proudly celebrate that publicly. There is room in our movement for everybody. Stratford is my home and my safe haven now and forever, and I invite you to join me. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. There are no other names on the list, so with that, we will close our public forum. Thank you.